Maybe that the killers were in costumes. Well, no, if you put it in a report, it wouldn't mean as much. Sure there's nothing that can be learned from this?
I wasn't...
So, we're going back
That wasn't
to
good.
trying this little...
A slot. Neck.
What would fit in there? We can try the shell casing again, I suppose. No. Unlikely as it is. No, I think we've already tried this, haven't we?
A door like that. Lady Justice stared out from a store.
Well, I can try. No. What else could I do around here? Maybe I missed something on these articles.
One thing was clear. My articles. The congealed.
What could I maybe do with the congealed coffee?
No. No. No.
We're in trial and error time.
No. No.
Haha!
No. No.
Can't I open that file on
no.
me? Apparently not. Okay. Oh!
Damn. Don't you just hate it when that happens?
There's gonna be something inside, I wouldn't wonder. A tarantula!
A photo, long lost, had fallen down the back of the drawer. It was very old, but there was no mistaking the guy in the foreground. Carchon. Behind him were soldiers, a burning village, and a corpse. The photograph was cropped on the right-hand side. Somebody else in the picture obviously didn't want to be in it anymore. I wasn't surprised. This was Africa in the 60s. An uprising was being brutally suppressed. And here was Mr. Media himself, Carchon, doing the suppressing. The photograph was not just powerful evidence. It was also my ticket to one explosive story. I had enough for a story, an amazing story that was going to make my reputation and blow Carchon's to pieces. I needed to get home fast and start typing.
Okay. Good God, we are coming on leaps and bounds.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Nico, it's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, you cracked open the champagne yet?
Are you crazy?
What's wrong? Wait a minute. You didn't print it, did you?
Course I didn't print.
That's the best piece I've written.
The last, as far as I'm concerned.
It's important.
It's suicidal. You can't destroy a national hero.
Well, it's not your
deserved
national
it.
hero.
His corpse isn't even cold.
Great Caesar's
Ronnie,
ghost,
2
Collard.
hours ago, I told you what I'd found. You loved it. You begged me to write it up immediately.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, Nico.
Even longer in
Someone's got
politics.
to you, haven't they?
Listen up, Nicole, and listen good. Pierre Carchon had a lot of friends. Powerful friends. For your own sake.
Forget what happened.
You got it. End of conversation. Good night.
What pleasant man.
This should have been my big break, but I knew there was nowhere
That's
else
what
to sell
big
the story.
apartment, though, isn't it?
If Ronnie wouldn't print it, nobody would.
And he printed anything. He was like the National Enquirer of Paris.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Mademoiselle Collard, my name is Plantard. I need to talk to you about your story. Your Pierre Carchon story.
How did you know about that?
There are people out there, madame, who will be very upset by this story.
Oh, really? Well, it's their lucky day. It's been spiked.
Yes, I know. We must meet.
We must?
I have information relating to your costume killer stories. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Café de la Chandelle Verte, Rue Alain Court. I shall be wearing a grey overcoat. You must talk to no one about this.
But
You
that is
can't
the
tell me
street of
what
grey
to-
overcoats.
Tomorrow at 8. I'll be waiting.
Mon Dieu.
People complain about newspaper articles all the time, but not usually before they're printed. I was beginning to feel scared. This guy, Plantard, could I trust him? Should I meet him or forget the whole business?
He could be
I
a
didn't have an
mime.
answer.
As in, he could be a mime dressed as a man in a grey overcoat.
I'd only been in Paris for a week, but already I'd fallen in love with the city. My latest discovery was a little café, La Chandelle Verte. I was pretty sure the waitress was taking a shine to me. That old Stobart charm, I guess. Little did I know my reverie was about to be so rudely interrupted.
Don't you just love clowns? Well, good to see the workman down the road has paid a lot of attention.
As I picked myself up, I was really angry. 1 minute I'm on vacation, the next minute some clown's blown me up. I knew right away what I was going to do. I was going to find that clown and bring him to justice. Because justice matters. Justice is up there with liberty, and equality, and, fraternity. After all, that's why I'd studied law, wasn't it? Well, that and money, of course.
Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to save the game. Let's also... see, yeah, right now we've got this on original setting. I wonder how this would look full... Well, turns out... Let's see. Oh, you can purchase the music from Broken Sword. So it turns out it doesn't actually look too bad, you know? But whether it's going to make any difference for the recording is... I do not know. I do not know. But I shall save the game. What else did I intend to do? What's augmented? Still not sure. Well, I'm going to save the game at any rate. So, first attempt. Well, hurrah for that. And with that being said, I shall bid you adieu for now from the lovely city of exploding Paris. Adieu! And we're back. We're back in lovely Paris. Gay Paris. Oh, hee, ho, ho. And what have we here? Oh, yes. Oui. Jongleur just blew up the cafe. Professor Ostwald gagne du Prix Nobel. So that's the Nobel Prize winner. And Pierre Carchon assassinated. Who'd have thought? Salah-ed-Din 1345.
I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read Salah-ed-Din 1345. The column was devoted exclusively to rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. The big story was about the brutal murder of a French media magnate, shot down in cold blood.
We say magnate.
The guy oozed confidence, like a regular French statesman.
I'll take the newspaper. Why not? It's not like anyone else is going to read.
Straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence.
So you obviously don't share the same adventurous spirit as Nico.
I examined the jagged glass remaining in the window. It was broken, all right.
Thank you for your observation there. Mon Dieu.
The sight of the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly. I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets.
Why are you
no
searching
wallet,
his
no papers, no credit
pockets?
cards. The guy's past was a blank page.
His future's not looking too bright either.
It was the body of the old man. It was hard to believe I'd seen him alive only minutes before.
And yet you had. There's something people say, isn't it, when people die in unusual circumstances? Oh, but I only saw him yesterday.
I hoped the fact that the mirror was already broken meant I'd escaped the bad luck.
Yeah, it might be even... Oh,
I
hello.
needed a stiff drink, but I hated the taste of brandy.
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Sherry?
George Stobart, ma'am. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
Well, we could get our end away if we persuade her that we are, and that she needs an examination. But, you know what?
No, but I used to play hospitals when I was a kid. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
I'm not a damn waiter.
You could be in shock. No alcohol.
What about the old man? Is he dead?
Outlook's not so good.
Yes, he is.
Ah, mon Dieu.
I
I've
said
never
that.
seen a real-life corpse before. Except for Grandmaman. That was different. She was family. Has he gone stiff?
I shouldn't think so. He's only been dead a few minutes.
And quite frankly, I don't want to put my hand down there.
Do you remember what happened when the clown entered?
I remember that horrible tune he played all right. It was like a funeral dirge.
I'd never liked accordion music either.
Your Weird Al Yankovic's okay.
Did the clown speak to the old man?
No, he just laughed at him. Then he grabbed the old man's briefcase and ran out of the door.
Did the old man try to stop the clown?
Oh, he didn't have a chance. The clown dropped his accordion and ran out of the door. That's it. That's all I can remember.
Did you know the old man?
No, monsieur. I never saw him before.
How did the old man behave?
Well, agitated. He kept looking about him at the door, at his watch.
As if he was waiting for someone?
Yes, I suppose so.
No, that's what
he was
she was
worried
doing.
about
She
something,
is
that's
the
for sure.
waitress.
If you ask me, he was having an affair. He had that look about him, like a guilty husband.
Maybe he had a gay lover.
Did you see what the old man had in his briefcase?
No, he didn't open it.
God damn it.
What did the old man do when the clown snatched his briefcase?
Scream?
Nothing. He just sat there like he was frozen.
Did this newspaper belong to the old gentleman?
I don't know.
Someone has scribbled a note on it. It reads, Salah Ed-Din, 1345. Does that mean anything to you?
No, monsieur, nothing.
Stay here, mademoiselle. I'm going to look around for evidence.
And pretend that I am a policeman. I suppose someone should really call the gendarme. Maybe this guy saw something.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
That doesn't
Can't
prove
make up your
anything.
mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
Up to.
What a mess. This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. but I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead.
Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can.
Says a lot for the French
maintenant,
police.
To business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Well, aside from the explosion.
Yeah,
oh.
I guess so.
I don't
Apart
need
from
to
the
know,
bomb
right?
blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk.
Pavement.
I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Let's be honest with the good policeman.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No. He was more interested in the waitress.
Did you see anyone else
Said
in
that
the
with a
cafe?
hint of resentment. Let's implicate the clown.
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon. The picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live. She confirms the American statement. A clown with an accordion, no doubt an elaborate and eccentric disguise.
Very well. Eh bien, I have heard enough.
Maybe it isn't a
What do you
disguise.
mean?
Maybe he
I am
always looks
satisfied
like
that
that.
you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
This country needs alerts.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Merci.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Hello. There's a girl I'd like to apparently poke. Totally unintentional.
Excuse
Hello.
me, mademoiselle? Hi. My name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yep, that's right. On vacation in Paris.
Yeah.
Some vacation, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out in front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with a hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb
Cold-hearted
exploded.
French.
You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm Nico Collard from La Liberté.
What is that, some kind of nightclub?
Oh, no, it's a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. An eyewitness account, minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
A clown? It's him again.
Where shall we start? Let's start from the left.
Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Plantard. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Well, not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation. How did Plantard get your name?
Through the newspaper, La Liberté. I'd written an article linking two unsolved murders, one in Italy, the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer. Plantard said he could supply me with more information. Somehow the clown must have known about our appointment.
Maybe he's your editor at the newspaper. Ever thought of that?
Do you know a police officer called Rosso?
Rosso? Our paths have a knack of crossing. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was deliberate. Have you seen Rosso? Is he here?
He's inside, attempting to question a witness with his psychic powers.
That guy is weird.
Yeah. Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
Why won't you tell me about the clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me.
I'm
Isn't that reason
American,
enough?
and it's our
I
business
guess
to get
so.
involved in every
Listen,
conflict.
I'll give you my phone number. You help me with my story and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine. I'll see you soon.
Wouldn't want to get involved with a French tart like you anyhow.
Sergeant Moo?
Ah, Monsieur Stobart, n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember me.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is how crime is fought, through attention to detail, not intuition.
Yes, sure. I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantow.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
I worry that the French police, the gendarmes, are trying to cover this crime up.
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans say. Once he gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
I found this in the street, Sergeant.
That, monsieur, is a newspaper, no?
There's a note written on it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
Aha!
That stumped you, hasn't it?
I have never been stumped, as you put it, in my life, monsieur. It is the name assumed by the clown, no?
Salah Eddin the clown? I don't think so.
Sounds
Look,
like a
Sergeant,
horse.
the inspector gave me his card.
Yes, monsieur. He wants you to advise him if you have any information concerning this case.
Well, I'd be glad to talk with him, but I don't want him working his psycho weirdness on me.
Ah, no, monsieur. You are confusing the science of parapsychology with witchcraft.
Oh, yeah? What's the difference?
We don't do sacrifices.
See you later, Sergeant.
Refreshing to know. Let's talk to this friendly chap who didn't give one toss
Hey, you!
about the cafe going on.
arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah! I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess.
They come in all shapes and sizes
Did you
these
see
days.
an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Quelle bite. I could have knocked his block off.
I don't blame you.
Did you recognize the old man?
No. Should I have done? Was he a celebrity?
No, but I guess he is now. His name was Plantow.
Was? He's dead then?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Now I wish I hadn't called him what I did. If only I could turn back the clock. If only I'd been more tolerant.
Regret and remorse are strange emotions. They really bring out the hammiest actors in people.
I was about to say, he didn't sound full of conviction there.
Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Well,
yeah,
as
with
opposed to in a
makeup and
bank.
big red nose.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
You need to clean your throat out.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you'd have noticed a clown.
I told you already. I didn't see a thing.
He was wearing multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
He'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
Good point.
Listen, I have to find that clown. He's a killer.
Say, who are you anyhow? A cop?
No, of course not. I mean, do I look like a cop?
No, but you act like one, sticking your nose in where it's not wanted. How do you know this guy's a killer? Did you see him in action?
Didn't you hear the explosion? The cafe was blown up.
I wondered what that bang was. Any bodies?
Yeah, an old man was killed.
We've already talked
Damn.
about this.
I didn't think it was that serious. What about the waitress?
Oh, she's fine.
Thank the saints.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
I was about to say, it didn't sound that busy.
Look at this. Damn bleeding heart liberals. Tcha! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no?
Oh,
What's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is. Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
What about your toolbox?
Stuff it. Help yourself.
Oh, well. Cheerio then, old fruit. I told you it sounded like a horse. Sounded like a horse in a particular time for a race. In that case, I'm going to take things from his toolbox.
I found a T-shaped tool in the box. I didn't know what it was, but it looked useful.
So I decided to keep it.
Hello, Nico.
She got home quickly.
Hello? It's George.
Oh, hi.
Well, I haven't had a lot of luck.
You found nothing.
No.
Look, I'm very busy right now. Call me if you have any news, okay?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Adieu, monsieur.
See you.
He's besotted. I'm not going to keep an eye on that guy's hole. It sounds obscene.
Set into the huge gate was a smaller access door. The door was securely locked.
But is it securely locked against a T-shaped tool? Yes. Alright, where else can we go then? Oh, we can go that way. I
The clown
see.
had fled into this alley, but there was no sign of him now. I was intrigued by Nico and what she could tell me about the explosion.